Even if you are a good and helpful person, other people sometimes see even the smallest kindness as weakness. No matter what anyone says, never stop being helpful and kind. However, to avoid being treated like a loser, pay attention to these 10 points. There's no time wasting or empty words on our channel, so listen to the end. Not being able to say no. Saying yes to everyone, putting other people's needs before your own, can create the perception of a weak character. Learn to set boundaries, my friend. In some situations, saying no means protecting your own value and time. Prioritize your own needs, such as politely saying, "I'm busy today," instead of saying yes to every request during busy times. Don't apologize all the time. If you are afraid of offending people and rely on your own good intentions to apologize unnecessarily, you will be interpreted as a loser. I am aware that apologizing is a very good behavior, but only when it is necessary, because apologizing unnecessarily shows the other person that you don't trust yourself. This causes them, even unconsciously, to lose trust and respect for you. If you haven't really made a mistake or harmed anyone, you don't owe an apology. Don't try to explain too much. When explaining something to someone, try to be short and clear. For example, if someone asks you for an address on the street, explaining the answer in 30, 40, or more sentences will make you look weak and inexperienced. At the same time, constantly talking about yourself will bore the other person, and even if he doesn't tell you, his mind will start to doubt your long explanations. Therefore, it is useful to reduce the unnecessary words we use. Don't sacrifice too much. Although sacrifice is a virtuous act, it should not be done for everyone. If you keep sacrificing for people who are hurting you or using you, your efforts will be seen as worthless. People will perceive what you are offering with great effort as something simple and ordinary. Therefore, sacrifice should be given to those who deserve it. Otherwise, you will be used even more and your value will be diminished. Don't reject compliments. When someone praises or compliments you, it may seem like the right thing to do to try to appear humble by not accepting the praise. But unfortunately, this behavior is interpreted as being a loser. If you never accept praise, after a while, people will think that you really don't deserve it. Put aside your inhibitions, my friend, and accept compliments properly. Not being able to do anything on your own. Constantly asking for help makes you look weak and dependent. Not being able to do even simple things on your own loses confidence. For example, how many of you have gone to the movies alone? Someone who has actually done this has proven to themselves that they are independent and mature. It is normal to go places with a friend or to get ideas, but if you always act as if you need someone else, if you depend on others for every decision, people will start not respecting you. Learning to cope with things on your own and to make your own decisions will make you stronger and more respected. Complaining about everything, whining. In times of stress, it is important to commiserate and vent to someone, but if you make it your only agenda all the time, it is not good for you and the person you are commiserating with. Someone who complains all the time becomes boring over time, and people start to move away from that person. Think carefully about your dialogues and conversations. Make sure they don't contain constant complaining. Keeping someone at the center of your life. It is dangerous to put someone at the center of your life, especially in romantic relationships. It is unrealistic to see someone as my reason for being, because you are not dependent on someone else for your existence. Don't overwhelm your loved one with the fear of abandonment. Overly dependent behavior pushes the other person away and can cause what you fear to happen. Embrace love, but remember that you can exist without that person. Always keep your balance in reciprocal relationships. Not being open to criticism. No matter what you do, there will always be a few people who criticize you. Even if you are an angel, they are disturbed by the sound of your wings. The interesting thing is that the people you do the most good for are the first to criticize you. This is the reality of the world. If you break down in the face of criticism, if you are always trying to prove and explain yourself, it hurts your dignity. Responding to every criticism makes you a worthless critic. Instead, focus on criticism from really important and valuable people. Listen to that criticism and try to act maturely. Underestimating yourself. Underestimating your achievements, constantly thinking you are inadequate or feeling less worthy than others. Such a person has no choice not to be a loser. The only question to ask that person is, why are you being unfair to yourself? If you don't respect yourself, don't expect others to respect you. These are all important things that everyone should realize. Shaping your behavior in this way does not make you rude. On the contrary, it protects you by keeping people at a distance to avoid misunderstanding your sincerity. The first step is to know yourself. Once you know yourself, it will be much easier to understand what you should do and how you should behave. If this information is useful to you, join us. See you in the next video and take care.